action.
Hello, everybody, on this tragic morning.
High five, Daryl. Yeah.
It's been a tough day in the office up until this point.
Are you ready for one of us, though?
Yeah.
These guys have not stopped.
Oh, we have.
But I think,
For 5 minutes.
United have given you guys good reason to give me a hard time this morning. So let's start with a neutral here. Shall?
I don't know if you could call him a neutral. It's also the enemy.
What did you think of that game yesterday?
Quite interesting. I'm glad to see that Arsenal's not the only one in this boat. And United's joining us very quickly there.
And that's stupid too. On a new level there, though. Arsenal.
Well, I mean, if we fair about it, United were horrible. They've been horrible. And this is from a United fan. So I don't know what the rest of you think out there, but this hiding was on its way. And you could feel it, and you knew it was going to happen. And just tactically, because it's just like you stunned here.
I am stunned because I think that's never, when I watch a United Liverpool game, it's probably the worst game I hate watching per season. And I was actually just sitting on the couch and I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was so easy to break down United, which is never like that. So for the neutral, and as much as I'm gloating today, you always want to see United and the best teams up there. And I mean, Liverpool were there many years ago. Is tactically, I don't believe Ole's been right from the start. I get a lot of arguments with this, but he doesn't have that vrupa.
But you say that the guy's done some really good things, and so I hear you. No, man. we think about the managers before, and it just Solskjaer is a United guy.
Mm.
He knew what it was like. He brought.
It's going to be the kit man soon.
he's got the right guys, bought the right players for me. Whether you can compare him to a Klopp or a Guardiola, is he going to bring the trophies? I don't know, guys.
The question is he a title-winning manager?
Is he a title-winning manager? Guys, is he a title-winning manager?
No, I think he understands United. I think if you look at it, he's United through and through.
And so if you say that, between the previous guys, he's the best out of the lot.
Yeah, I mean, tactically, Mourinho was a lot better. You got to give, I mean, that's why Mourinho used to park the bus. Yesterday, if that was Mourinho's team playing, he would have put everybody behind the ball. I mean, to play against us as open as you did is stupid. Rather catch us on the counter, make it tight. But it's like Lampard going to Chelsea. I don't always believe that it's the right move for an ex-player. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Look at Gerrard. He's been primed to come to Liverpool. He might ruin his whole legacy because to replace Klopp is not going to be easy. But I don't think tactically, I mean, his managerial experience is not massive. He was at Cardiff, I think, and then he was in Norway. So if you've got to look at it, it's the same as Frank. I haven't had that many years of exposure where I think Gerrard now is working his way up. You got to have those years. And I think if he had 1 or 2 more years, maybe at a bigger club, not Cardiff, one of these other ones, I think he brought the togetherness, but he's not going to be the right guy. My personal opinion. I hope he stays for long.
Yeah, you guys are all hoping that
he's at the wheel. Nah. Ole's at the wheel.
Listen, we've had this all morning. We've had this all morning. And this is, I think, where we're torn. We've got such loyalty to the guy and what he's done for the club. He's done the right things up until now. But is he going to win us a title or a trophy? I don't know. So do we want to see the guy go? Man, it's such a difficult one because who do we go?
Okay, that's my question. Who do you go for?
This is the problem.
So let me use Arteta as an example. I think Arteta was a great number 2 to Pep. He's learning. I think he's getting there. He's going to take time. But nowadays, clubs don't have time. They don't have. So if Arsenal had to lose like they were another 3 games like the beginning of the season, he saved his job.
Yeah.
So Ole's also is going to get to a point. I've never seen United fans leave a stadium like that. You know, you expect that of a Man City, in fairness, or a Chelsea. You don't expect it of a Man
Well,
United.
has it ever happened in the past? This is
Not like that. Not because of the rivalry. I don't think anybody's ever seen it to that degree. I mean, the true Man United fans stayed. It never happens at Liverpool, let me just tell you that.
Yeah,
The thing is, a true United fan stayed there, and he's going to have to go with the ups and downs. I mean, Arsenal, the fans would leave. But, you know, it's football, and football is business, unfortunately. And it's results driven. And I don't think, personally, he's the right guy. But I would bring in somebody, and he would be number 2, personally. I mean, you've got Carrick, I think, who's your assistant.
Yeah.
He's got no football, like, he hasn't been in management. He hasn't been.
If you talk about him, he's a prime guy to talk to in terms of where some of the problems are. He was a central midfielder. And that seems to be, everyone's always talking about our central defensive midfielder.
But you had 2 yesterday.
Exactly, but we've spoken about this knock-on effect that guys were being pulled out of position the way Liverpool were playing. Surely, you talk to Fred, talk to Rashford, talk to Greenwood, pull them back closer, play tighter across the middle, set up better defensively. Everyone's talking about United having played a 4-2-4, that the guys up front were lazy. It's all there. The evidence is all there. And the evidence was there from Wednesday already.
Well, I think it's been there for the last 3 weeks. If you look at them against Leicester, at Atlanta.
How does Solskjaer not fix it? How does
But that's what they were saying last night.
How does Carrick not say, hey, guys, we got to tighten up across the middle?
And these are guys who played with him, so they don't want to say too much. But something's got to give. They've got all these superstars, but are they the right players? That's the difference. Are they going to be the players? Now, all of a sudden, you must teach to come back. Ronaldo's never been that player.
Yeah.
And I feel for him a little bit because he's come and he's actually, if you look, you guys finished second last season, and he's come in. I would rather have Cavani, personally. For me,
his work rate
he's more balanced to the team. Ronaldo, I mean, in any team, he's world class, but I think he's not playing with where he can just be free. That's my concern for them.
But do you think it was, when I'm talking about Rashford and Greenwood, do you think it was just ignorance or that they're young, that they just pushed so high and didn't work back defensively? Is it an attitude thing?
I think it could be a lack of leadership on the field, telling them, listen, you need to change things here.
Yeah, sure, but if you also look at
if your leader's having such a bad game too, like what authority does he have? Because Harry was.
Yeah, but they said Harry was worth 80 million. If he's worth 80, Van Dijk's worth 300. But if you look at it, the thing is, it does come from the coach, it does come to the players, but the coaches get blamed because it's the style of play. So if Klopp, if you look at it, they played this high pressing since he started. It took them 2 years to get to that. But he's bought players that fit his system. That's why if Gerrard comes in when Klopp leaves, Gerrard might play a completely different system. He might play because that's the way he is, and he's going to have to use different players. And I think that's where United have got it wrong. I think, okay, all these superstars, Fernandes, Pogba, Ronaldo, Rashford, they think they're all good attacking players, but you got no. It's like what Mourinho always used to do. You got no back.
Yeah.
Your spine's not good.
Yeah, the spine.
And you're missing your central defender who's injured. But I don't think he would have made a massive difference because the gaps were just too big.
But your senior players also need to step up on the field as
well. But I mean, Gav, let's say our spine was okay and we had this defensive block in the middle. You guys ripped us up down the sides.
Say that again.
You ripped us up. That's what it was.
High five. High five. No, but you know what? And Carragher even said, he said it wasn't the best game Liverpool played, but at the crucial moments we made it count.
Your decision making and the speed at which you played, and I hate Liverpool. This is what makes the office rivalry so beautiful. But I've got nothing to say. Really, because we were really.
It's the first time we really shut up United fans.
Terrible.
You know what? As much as I do, people know. I mean, I'm a massive Liverpool fan. Number plates offers. I hate United and always have, and it's just what it is. But you also, you want to see them. It's quite hard sore to see them like that. I mean, I'm loving it, I'm gloating in it, but you know what? For them to lose 5-0 at home, it doesn't matter what team, but especially to us, I think if they don't get Ronaldo now, and you've really not played the top teams in the league.
And this is the thing.
You got Spurs,
Yeah,
I think. You got Man City.
Yeah.
You got Chelsea. You still got Atalanta in the Champions League. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, you guys. I mean, if Arsenal are sitting level, am I right?
Same points, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and people say, 8 points. That can be caught up quickly.
And I don't even know where we start to fix some of this mess. Like, really, what? Who's going to help Fred and Scott in the middle, across the pitch in the middle over there? Are you going to ask Rashford to play more defensively? Or are you going to ask Greenwood to play more defensively?
No, they're not defensively.
So who do you put there?
Even Sanchez attacked.
Get your youth team, their back line, and put it there in there. So you've got 8. And then leave Ronaldo and Rashford up front. So you've got 4, 8, 9, 10 plus the goalie, yeah. I mean, even De Gea, look at him. I mean, he had no hope with all those goals. He pulled off that awesome save.
Yeah. That should have been 6. That was 6.
I mean, Arnold, we took our foot off the gas, and I think it was out of respect. We could have taken 8 or 9 yesterday. But you've got world-class goalie.
So do you think that was out of respect? Because it seemed like it was a practice. We spoke about it. It was like a practice.
I think also
Liverpool having a practice there.
They don't go apart because also, it's saving the legs and whatever. I mean, they could have if they wanted to. Because you had 10 players. I mean, I think people don't realize Liverpool fans hate each other, but the clubs, there's such a huge respect for them.
Yeah.
And, as a football fan, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, every single second of it. Even if we beat Chelsea. But Chelsea, they're not real teams. Chelsea, Man City, they're not. No, they're not. When I say real teams, they've been bought. Where United's had a whole long history. Yes, they've got money now. So does Liverpool. It's a different. But you can't support Chelsea and Man City. Even Arsenal have got more. Even Spurs, Nottingham Forest, have won more Champions League. There's,
more history.
That's why it's such a big rivalry. I mean, there's things with the dogs, but you've got to understand. It was a harding, and I think. To see United fans like that is just sure. I was shocked to see
Pogba. I mean, it was insane.
But I also think Pogba is one guy who gets stuck in. But since Pogba arrived at United, I don't feel he's a great player. Something's not right there. He's always looking for a move, or he's something where I think he played Rashford and Greenwood also because they're local lads and they understand the culture of the club.
Yeah.
I think that's why. But they've also got to understand. Against Liverpool, just play defensively. We're going to struggle to break you down. But none of those players are defense-minded.
And here we are sitting as amateurs, We've got professional coaches with top analysts sitting at these clubs. And you saw on Wednesday what happened to United. Surely somewhere should have said, hold on. We need to sit back a little bit here.
Same as against Leicester. You guys exposed yourself, Leicester's also, Brendan Rodgers plays attacking football. I don't know where they go, seriously.
How do you then also, like Pogba, how do you bring Pogba on to fix that? He's not going to defend for you. Or were we trying to get more goals than you?
As much as you heard Keita, at least I wanted to get stuck in.
Yeah, well,
even I see 5th goal. Did you see Pogba? When I say that, Pogba's challenge was so like wussy.
Yeah.
And then Henderson just curled it around. I mean, it wasn't like he got... So, I'm not a big fan of Pogba personally. All I say is to the Liverpool hierarchy, give Salah what he wants. I'll contribute, even if it's in rags. I'll contribute whatever. Unfortunately, he's just irreplaceable at the moment. I think not just a Liverpool fan, he's the best footballer in the world at the moment, assists, goals.
We got to talk about that. He really was... and is on fire.
I mean, Liverpool, we've scored, 3 away goals or more in every game we played this season. But him especially, but I do believe the other 2 have made him a better player. I think Bobby's just quality. People never talk because he doesn't score goals.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping even a different player wins the World Player of the Year. Because it can't be Ronaldo and Messi. They've done nothing. People need to move on. There's Lewandowski, there's Benzema, there's a whole bunch of players that deserve it a lot more than what those guys do. They've had their time. And I think Ronaldo might be regretting going to United, but you got to give it to him. He's a United boy through and through.
But there again, no exercising leadership there. I mean, he's a leader in the team.
And he's the Portuguese national captain. Wherever he's been, he's been captain, hasn't he?
And he's got loads of experience.
And the guy was frustrated. You could see that's why he kicked out. And you're going to say it was a red card, and we can argue about that. But
50-50.
he kicked the ball.
Yeah, but the ball was there. He knew what he was doing.
He kicked the ball. Yes,
Okay,
he was
okay,
frustrated.
okay.
But there again, surely you go to the midfield or Rashford and Greenwood. You got to tuck in. You got to tighten up. You got to watch the wing backs.
I must admit, I was very surprised not to see him giving a bit of, because he does it with the Portuguese side.
Yeah,
He gets him even riled up, even when he got injured in the Euro finals. He makes them. Yesterday, it just seems like he was going through the motions. They all did. I think they were all stunned. I mean, I think everybody was stunned.
well, the first 5 minutes, it was 2-0 down. How do you come back?
Yeah, I mean, you were thinking, okay, if they just concede 2, there's a chance. But they did nothing after that. There was absolutely nothing. Besides
Bruno, was he even there? You know, so much money again. Just there was nothing. Absolutely nothing positive.
Yeah, I think the United guys are scratching their head. Like me, to understand, like, you know what? We're interesting. What I want to see is the next 2 or 3 weeks before the international break. They've got Spurs, I think, at Atlanta, and then I think they got Man City or Chelsea. Chelsea might be at the end. I want to see the Spurs game because that's going to dictate to me where they're going to go. Because Spurs are not at a level either, and I think if they lose that, if they lose that, even Atlanta, I think you're playing away, eh?
Yeah.
Atlanta will also expose you. They're not a great size, but
No, we were at home.
yes, you're playing away.
So we're playing away now.
Playing Atletico. Oh, by the way, we beat Atletico as well. I'll just let you know. But the thing is, it's that's what it is. I want to see the next game because you can't. It's a results business. As much as they love Ole, you can't carry it. They're not going to let him. I mean, even Arteta, I think, was on the chopping block. But also sometimes you got to stick by a guy. But I don't think he has and he doesn't have the Vrupa effect.
Yeah.
Like he comes to interviews and he's like, pop. There's no like. Okay, I'm not saying everybody must be Klopp, but there's no like passion. There's no like drive. It's so for me, I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, the 9 points or 8 points behind Chelsea. It's not. They're never going to win the league. I don't believe. I mean, it's only 9 games in. All Liverpool fans think we won the league already. They're mad.
Yeah.
It's a long, hard season. You know, you're going to have injuries. You know, we stretched at the moment in the midfield. Going to have a big squad. But there was nobody who came on yesterday. Who's that other guy? Dollar or Dyer?
The lot.
He didn't do a lot.
That was actually a good one.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
High five.
But he's a defender.
And why are they not paying Van der Beek?
Also,
And you got
Surely
Jordan
can't-
Sancho for 70 million. That's quality.
I think the guy was happy to not be on the field yesterday.
No, but why aren't you paying him and Van der Beek? Obviously, give them a run.
It can't get any worse, so we may as well.
So, but this is
Give-
what I'm
give-
saying.
give
Why are
him
you
a
not
shot,
putting
yeah.
Sancho? Van der Beek is the older midfielder, am I right? Yeah.
No, the
he's
attacking
number
is
10.
another.
Okay, number 10. Okay.
yeah.
So why don't you move him? You can't get any worse. And Sancho's a good player. I mean, what he did at Dortmund, England, you're not playing any of them. I mean, he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even come on.
I'm with you guys. Sorry, I need to just change camera here just, for a few minutes. Maybe just get in a bit closer here. I'll just grab my phone.
Why is it flat?
Might be. Some of the other results, Sheldon. Your game there.
Hey, Arsenal had a fantastic first half. I loved that.
They scored more than one goal.
We scored 3 goals. And, I mean, Aston Villa didn't even have a shot in the first half on target. I mean, what more do you want?
Normally, it's a freebie at Arsenal. Treat it like as you want.
Yes, we conceded towards the end, but I mean, still, the nice thing is that we're scoring and we're stopping the goals in the beginning of the matches when we used to be so soft.
Yeah, Sheldon, I think Arsenal are going to be similar to Spurs. And Spurs, I should say, is they can't go spend the money. And I think the Liverpool owners are similar, but also clever buying now. I think too many guys go out, even that Haaland and all these Mbappe. And, you know, I don't think, you know what, they might bring him in where? What's he going to do? Like, he's not better than Salah at the moment, but you look at Arsenal, they're also in the building phase. It's also not good to see Arsenal.
Yeah.
I mean, they qualified for the Champions League 20 years in a row under Wenger, if I'm correct. It's not nice to see those teams, but It's look at Newcastle now. They might not even need that money because they're in the relegation zone.
I find that fascinating about you. You always do have a soft spot when teams go down big. As much as what you're a Liverpool guy, like you're saying, there's this rivalry and this history, that you still show a level of respect, which is fantastic.
What
but
you got
a soft spot.
I do rub it in.
No, you do. No,
I'm not like my friend Alan Ayres who goes mad.
Where is Alan? Alan should be talking to us here.
Yeah. But the thing is, you got to look at football history, and you know what? They're going to have ups and going to be downs. I've had a lot of downs in Liverpool, and
look at Arsenal. Last season, Arteta struggled for a couple of games.
Yeah,
he really struggled.
They only struggled beginning of the season.
And he struggled in the beginning of the season, but in the transfer market, you can see what their plan is. I mean, all the players we bought were under 23, and there was a lot of leadership that they bought as well. So you can see their plan is not now. It's
so Shells the same
years
as
time.
Liverpool. They only got another year or two left of Salah and Mane for being until they're in the 32, 33. And they got to bring like Harvey Elliott, Alexander Arnold. And unfortunately, it does take time to build. And I think what you guys are doing right, yes, you might not have success straight away. Unfortunately, people want that instant gratification.
Yeah.
But Arteta's got a plan, and he's sticking to his plan as well.
Well, I hope it works for him. I really do. Because,
well.
You can't just always swap managers. I mean, if Arsenal went and swapped now, so now you got to start all over again.
Yeah.
I don't believe with United that's the change. Like Ole said last night, we've stuck together as a group. No. I think if they made the change now, it's for the better. I really do. Because I don't think he's installed anything. I don't think he's installed. Yes, they came second last year, but I mean, they're way off Man City. So the thing is, like Arteta, you go and take him away now. He's still in the early phases, and he doesn't have the money. He's had the money, and he's got what he wanted.
Yeah.
Sancho, he wanted, he went and got. He's not even playing the guy. You got to have a style and stick to it, and you will progress. I mean, for me, sounds weird. Somebody like Eddie Howe, who was at Bournemouth, would do brilliant job. He just is not the caliber I think United won, but tactically, I think he's brilliant. I think he's very clever the way he thinks.
The problem is always going to be this massive overhaul and someone new comes in.
100%. That's where the problem comes.
I mean, if you had to go get Conte now, he would change things. Yes, you get results, but is he a long-term manager as well?
And I'm saying, again, we chatted about it in the office, with the Ferguson there week in and week out, and the relationship he's got with all the players and Ollie, surely he should be in their ear and meeting weekly and closer to the bench. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't lean on that sort of experience. I don't get it. So maybe I don't know enough about soccer, but if you've got that guy there every week and the relationship that you have with the guy, surely you could be saying, hey, you've got gaping holes all over.
His face was priceless.
His face was priceless, and then...
Yeah, but I don't know, Daryl. I don't think he advises, but I don't know if he... the game's also a little bit different to when he played it. But one thing he knew when under his leadership, they would always score in the last minute. Just call it Fergie time, whatever. But they didn't give up until the last minute. And he just had them sound like that. I mean, it's just... But he had the plays he wanted. I don't think... These players Ole's got, I don't think are good at... Some of them are. I really thought United would be a threat this year. But after these games, I just don't see... How do you fix a style of football that you want to play? It's ingrained in the Liverpool way, in the City way. Tuchel's doing it at Chelsea. It's ingrained. And I think Arteta's similarly doing that at Arsenal. They all know their positions. How do you all of a sudden go to Rashford and say, you're going to do this, where naturally it's not in your game? Where when he went to go buy, even Thiago, he had to put over the coals because he knew that he'd never track back. But he knew Naby Keita did. He knew Henderson's going to do it. Milner's going to do it. Chamberlain, that's why he doesn't play Chamberlain a lot, because Chamberlain doesn't track back a lot. He plays those type of midfielders that when Trent goes up and Robertson go up, they fill the gap. But also having central defenders who are so calm on the ball. Even everybody was saying, Konate yesterday, why they take him a tip? And I know why he did it, because of the brute strength. And he didn't, where Matip's a little bit more flimsy. And I mean, they got 10 out of 10 on his player ratings yesterday for his first game again, which is very impressive, hugely.
See what Shane has to say.
Shane.
What else do you have to say about this, Shane Williams? Thanks for sending us the comment. Guys, what did I want to say now? It was very important.
Only you can tell us
You
that.
5 for no loss. Yeah, I don't know. I think, we'll be sitting here in a few weeks' time and let's see what
I
happens.
remember now. Gary Neville and the stats in terms of United being the lowest running team.
They were sitting 20th if they did the rankings. And 18th possession and conceding goals. I think they were 18th.
Those are some scary, scary stats.
You've conceded a lot of goals as well. I mean,
Yeah.
what you conceded now, 9 in 2 Premier League games. It was 4-2, eh?
4-2.
Surely you've got 5 things on your mind. Shane.
Anything constructive to say, Shane?
Yeah. Come on, Shane, give it to us, Lee.
Come, Shane, talk to us properly. Let's see if we can send you an invite to join us here. Are there any United fans there that can help me out here?
They're all hiding.
Where is Lee? Help
He
out
doesn't
here,
have
guys.
data.
Help out here.
I don't think you're going to get anybody, Daryl.
I will get somebody.
I don't know if you can defend because there was no defending.
I think Man United is going to have to go back to the basics.
But Child, the problem is go back to the basics. You've got world-class players there. All of a sudden, you're telling Fernandes, Ronaldo. These guys are seasoned pros. So you've got to go, like you say, back to the drawing board, and you're probably going to have to get rid of some of these guys to bring in.
Make 1 or 2 of them sit on the bench.
I just look at that midfield, and I think there's nothing there. And if you don't have a proper midfield, like even yesterday, I thought caters Henderson, but you've got to have a squad that's going to be able to, because we've got injuries in the midfield.
Arteta did it with his youngsters.
I mean, look at Harvey Elliott, was a good player for Liverpool's injured. Look at Shane. Stay off there, bruh.
What's happening?
Can't hear you.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, you know.
Shane, high five, brother.
Half off, half off.
He's trying to get United fans on board, yeah, Shane, but they're all hiding.
What do you mean? They all just disappeared. They all bark when they're winning, but when they lose like that, can't find anything. Look at Lee. Where's Lee now?
No,
He's
He's
hiding
very
somewhere.
quiet. His general stepped up to the plate. Lee is so quiet, it's ridiculous.
I've sent Lee.
Yeah.
Let's see if Lee comes
You know,
back
he's
to
busy
us.
coaching. Let's do his job.
What did you think, bud?
What about the football?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic. It's always nice when you beat United 5-0 at home. And then Ronaldo throws a tantrum and kicks Curtis. And then Pogba, what was he on? 15 minutes and then leaves back to the showers. It's great.
Yeah, can you be more constructive, please?
All right,
Talk-
okay. Let's be professional.
Please be professional.
All right, I think Liverpool just outplayed United in all facets of the game. I think United knew with Maguire at the back, I think they knew they weren't strong enough. I think Salah and them just exploited all the weaknesses they had and not, I think their midfield, the 2 midfielders they chose to play, I don't think did the job they wanted in the midfield, and Liverpool exposed that.
Well, again, I don't know if it was them necessarily, but I mean, they were exposed because there were just gaps left and right of them. And so they were
Yeah, I think
consistent.
We just say goodbye to Sheldon. He needs to get to a school.
Sheldon's out of here. Cheers,
Bye,
Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Thanks, Arsenal. Thanks for coming.
Mr. Arsenal,
Cheers.
level on points with
Yeah,
United.
I think they also just got exposed. Like they said, when they try to press, there were too many holes in the midfield for United. So when they press, there were just holes that the Liverpool guys are falling into and
Hey, you know what I was
exposing.
saying? I was saying to Daryl is if they know the way Liverpool play, is Liverpool have struggled over the years to break down when guys sit behind the ball. Like we used to hate playing Mourinho sides, and I don't think that we still would have won yesterday, but not by 5. They cannot, like even all of the commentary and the pundits were saying, you left yourself so exposed. When they pressed us, it was at the wrong time. It was, I've never been a big man of tactics, but lately I love watching the analysis and seeing even the first goal, how Rashford, I think, pressed the goalie or Van Dijk, and Van Dijk just whips it out to Robertson. Then when Bissaka pulls up and he gets pulled out of position, it opened, did you see the triangle?
It was just one at a time. It was...
And that's why Liverpool, like Man City, is always such a good game because we both pressing sides and we counter. Where United don't have that in to do it at all. No chance. At the
Either
moment.
Robertson or Alex were always open on the side. So there was always a player overlap because of the pressing. They just United guys got sucked into the middle and they left someone out on the wing, so we just overlapped.
Yeah, I think also you got to blame
Are we
Harry
back?
Maguire, even the second goal. I mean, if you're not confident in your defending, like Maguire should have taken control there. My ball, got rid of it. And also, what's killing them is they're trying to play from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I look at the guy is brilliant. I mean, you can say what you want about the guy. I mean, he's saved United on many occasions. He's trying to play out from the back to players who are not.
Yeah.
So, like maybe Luke Shaw is good with his feet, but he's playing out to Maguire. Wan-Bissaka, who are not ball carriers. If Ellison plays it to Van Dijk, to Matip, to Robertson, to Arnold, they know exactly what to do with it. And I agree,
Yeah.
not just hoof, but sometimes, like yesterday's game, just hoof it and get us, get rid of it.
But it's almost, again, you guys play to set patterns that you've worked for at least 3 or 4 years now.
100%.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like me and Shane with plastic, we've got set patterns. How we pack
Yeah,
the
even how you pack it on the trailer. It's all sorts of
you got style in there with the plastic.
Then
And I think it would
United.
have been. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would have been different if say Bruno scored that early chance when he was 1-on-1 with Ellison. I think if he buried that or something, it would have been a completely different game. But him missing the target completely, I don't think built any United hopes in that one.
Well, he didn't show up at all, though. Didn't show up.
Yeah. Oish,
So,
United,
disappointing
long
for me.
season.
So you guys are very happy. Again, we can go on about this forever.
Yeah.
Particularly United and the problems that we've got. I don't know how we're going to fix it, at least for the weekend against Spurs. I think there will be some bite back, but there's just so much to try and fix. Don't even know what we do.
Well, when's Varane back? Because he's a pretty good, useful member to have in your team.
Who's that?
Verena.
Oh, your defender. He's out for another 3 weeks, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, we got you, yeah.
At least I only lost my hair like 30 days.
Yeah.
He's 26.
Hey, I
and he
can
lost
hear you, Baba G. I can hear you.
Shane, while let's just sidestep soccer for a moment. And what do you think of the Proteas and their
It's like what you made United.
Exactly. There's no plan. There's no bowling to any type of structure. Even the batting lineup, I think. The guys we put in, I don't think are good enough to be batting. Like, nothing against Temba Bavuma, but I think there's younger, better batsmen we can play if we're playing him as just a batsman. I think Reza Hendricks is better. So I would have gone with a stronger batting lineup. I don't think we're strong enough. Quinton, unlucky. I don't think he'll ever go out like that again in the T20. But also, did he have to play that shot when we were 30 for 3? I don't think he did. I think he could have built an innings for another 2 or 3 overs and then been a bit more aggressive.
Hey,
But
Shane,
bowling, I think we did well.
Imagine being Indian and supporting Man United.
It was a hard week. A very hard week.
Lose by 10 wickets to your biggest rivals and lose 5-0 to Liverpool.
It's not fun. It's not fun in that neighborhood.
Shane, do you think they're going to get through to? Do they think they're even going to qualify?
this is the question.
I don't.
You know,
because they play West Indies tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, and then we've still got England and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka are a dark horse. If they perform, I think they can take on anyone. Yeah, they qualified in our group. So we're still going to play England, West Indies. Who else is there? And Sri Lanka. So, yeah, I think it's a bit of a stretchy one. But I think if we play well, we might qualify second. But then we'll take on either New Zealand or who else is in the other team? Pakistan. So I don't think it will be an easy path to the final.
Yeah, listen, we've got a tough group, and then it just doesn't get any easier from there. But I don't know, this strange love affair with the Proteas. It's like They're talking up the game against Australia. And you know what we've been through the last few weeks. They talk about the stats and having won so many series. But then you know our history with these tournaments.
Yeah.
But then slowly, something, I don't know if it's the same for you, Shane. I slowly start believing in my heart, hey, have we actually
No, I
got
don't believe.
No.
I don't believe. No.
I like optimistically get into this thing and think, man, maybe we got a chance here.
Did you see Ollie's interview?
Ish. He's got more hair than both of us. Look at that guy.
Ollie's at the wheel. La, la,
So
la.
saying I slowly get optimistic, and then just it went down to the last over though.
No, I think our bowlers bowled well. I think if we're going to win the World Cup, it's going to come down to either our fielding or our bowling. I think batting, we're not strong enough. I don't think we're selecting the right guys. But I think we do have a chance if we bowl and field well. And we have to chase a small enough target.
But Shane, aren't we sitting here? And I'm not one of these guys, you know, I'll watch because I love South African sport, except the soccer. But I'll always support South Africa. But it's just every time there's a World Cup. And I'm not saying it's BMT. It's just at the moment, I think cricket South Africa is in a shocking state. I don't think there's development the way it should be. Yes, we all know the quota system. We get all of that. You played at a very high level. You know what it's like to be at that level and be turned down and have to go play overseas and whatever. But, I mean, we're losing all our best talents just going around the world. You go look in Australia, New Zealand, England. I mean, England don't even need accommodation when they come here because all our oaks play for them because their parents live here. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that we're losing. We've bottled a lot of big matches, but if you look at it, for the last 20 years, we've been strong. Yes, we haven't done well in World Cups, but you know the Proteas are always going to give it. At the moment, I don't feel they can. I just feel it's like Man United. There's no game plan. I don't believe Mark Boucher's the right guy. I might be wrong, but I just don't believe there's any plan in what we actually trying to go here. Do we have a 10-year plan, 5-year plan, 2-year plan? What do we have?
I think they've done the smart thing now with they bringing this new, where they've extended the franchises. So instead of there being 6, now there's 12 or 13. I think it's giving guys more exposure, more chance to play. So I think we're keeping guys in South Africa instead of them leaving. But I don't think our development structures are good enough to compete at World Cups.
I just want to send a shout out to Masi there, who's got a Masi supports Napoli. Shame.
Cricket's got no chance.
I agree with you, Mas. No chance there, buddy. No, I just
agree.
don't think they're just going to be left behind. If this carries on the way they do, we're going to be lucky. We're probably going to have to qualify for the next World Cup as well. They just don't have it.
Yeah, I don't think we got it.
It's a Namibian team.
Oh, Albie, do you see how well my buddy's doing with the Namibia?
Oh, he's smashing it there.
Yeah, and they've been working hard. I mean, I even said for them to even qualify, nobody even gave them a hope of qualifying.
I think they'll beat South Africa if we had to play them. So, thank goodness we're not playing them.
Yeah, that would be done well.
We're going to get a pizza from Masi there.
Yeah, Mas, we need to come get a pizza from you there, my man. He's a big, big Napoli fan.
Ish.
But I don't mind.
So you ready for Friday? Yeah. You ready for Friday?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Are you ready for Friday?
Yeah, I was born ready.
Maybe just 2 other things quickly. We've got some Northern Hemisphere rugby coming up, which is quite cool. Apparently, Russie's been cleared.
Of what?
Waterboy's back.
Hold on, let me rephrase that. There seems to be nothing wrong with the contents of the video that he produced. Okay? But it's the fact that it got out to the public that seems to be the problem.
So I don't know. I watched the game with the round ball, not the other ball.
Okay, so
what happened?
So it was during the Lions series that compiled a video, which seems to be the norm, to ask and clarify on the rules regarding the refereeing.
Okay, yeah.
He made a 29-point video regarding the rugby. And on all on 26 of the 29s, oh, you guys are welcome. Ah,
We're never going to get free
yeah,
pizza.
this is the.
I hope they do. They hate Juventus. They're doing all right this season.
Yeah.
So out of the 29 points he did, 26 were valid, but he still has to. The hearing is still going to take place, and it's regarding how the video got out to the public that seems to be the issue.
But also, I mean, I look at some of those decisions. I don't understand. Like soccer's getting a better with the offside rule, and I think rugby. But there's a lot of like penalties that are given, and you don't know why. And some people hold on the ball longer than others, and it's give a penalty, some aren't. So you also got to be like what football is. You got to be concise in what you say, because every northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere, the refs are different.
Yeah.
So why can't we criticize refs? It's the same as England. You're not allowed to criticize refs, or just it is. I mean, it does change a game.
The other thing is he won't be the water boy because it was only for the Lions series that World Rugby allowed for 3 water carriers. So
just get rid of the other one, then you can be it. Then we can have 2.
Well, it seems to be set positions. I don't know. He'll be back in the box, the coaching box, I believe. And then the last thing was Max Verstappen.
Did you see that last lap?
Oh, that's a go-kart drive.
Jeff, do you know anything about Formula One?
I know lots about Formula One. That Hamilton wore a dress the other day. I'm still stunned about it. Like, how do you wear a dress, my man? No, I don't. You know, I'm not a big Formula One guy. I'd rather watch Liverpool belt United. But I see one, and I hope he wins it this year because I'm not a big fan of Hamilton.
So I caught the highlights, but Shane, how intense was the last lap?
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Red Bull did the undercut, so they spiced it up, and then I think Mercedes were playing catch up for the rest of the race, and I don't think they got around to it. And Hamilton tried as hard as he could on the tires, but Verstappen was too good and just got through and won it. And I think he's got 12 points. I think he's leading by for the championship.
Yeah,
12, again, I just watched the highlights. Hamilton went into first after the first lap, am I right? And then Max went in early.
Yeah, he went in. Yeah, I think it was like the 10th or 11th lap. He went into the pits, and then Mercedes tried to
This is Hamilton the clown. I hope Verstappen takes it. Will Ferrari come right?
Yeah, I hope so. Massi, I'm a big Ferrari man like you.
Again, is this from, I'm assuming the Italians,
Of course.
You tell us, will Ferrari come right? Maybe we need to send you a link so you can join us.
I think they got 2 good drivers.
Huh?
Yeah, I think he needs to jump on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Formula One to me is too complicated. There's so many different rules, so many different. I'm not a big fan. I mean, we need another Schumacher.
We do have another Schumacher.
We've got them all in Alex. They're all Schumachers. The taxis on the road this morning would have made Schumacher look silly, my man.
Yeah.
So talk us through the last lap then.
What's the last one? Oh, it was touch and go. Like came down to the last 2 corners. Hamilton was like on his tail, but then Max just had enough to get through, and hey, he got across the checkered flag and won.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad he did it. And that how many points ahead now?
12.
I think it's 12.
Okay.
Check. I'm on the ball. I don't even support him.
On it. He's on it.
Yeah, my man. That's called News 24, my man. Wayne, why are you not at work this morning? What did I pay you for?
Oh, it's half term. It's half term. We're having love. It's half term. Everyone else is working. Yeah, it's always on. It's private school.
Yeah, Massi always works.
Yeah, it's private school. It's good luck.
Yeah. I'm going to come work there.
Well, just remember, don't have water balloon fights at campus. You get shouted at.
Yeah, I think it was a good chat. We'll be doing this every Monday.
It'll be lekker.
Should be
Shane,
good.
thanks for joining us. Try and
Short.
dial in if you can if you're not working. But well done, I'm going to say it. Hopefully United can pull it together for the sake of the league and for the sake of my hair loss.
That's quite a long time ago, pal.
That's
Just
Give me a
accept
shot.
it, Daryl. Just accept
Just
it.
take
You must
it.
go with it now.
Just like you lost
Jeez.
yesterday, just take it and move on.
we get in
Yeah,
there.
just-
No, the
You
big
have to
4
start from the
coming.
bottom and grow up, Daryl. So you need to shave that off there and just. make a
Okay,
plan.
guys, we're getting there. But cool, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Right.
Commiserations to the rest of the United fans. Well done to the Liverpool guys.
Just before we go, and I must admit, it's the first time ever we've beaten United, and all the United fans are not if buts or maybes. It's been quite amazing how bad they knew their team were yesterday. And those are the guys who understand football. And I think, you're always going to get the 1 or 2 and whatever, but they understood where they are and what needs to happen.
We hope so. Penaldo will see you.
Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
Masi, thanks for joining us. We hope
Yeah,
you'll catch us
we'll come
again.
get your pizza there during the week.
Otherwise, you can join us again on Monday. It would be cool. Well done, guys, and we'll chat to you guys soon.
Cheers, bye.
Ciao.